Highness, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, global partners, innovators, and friends, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It gives me great pleasure and privilege to welcome you to the 8th edition of the Abu Dhabi Sustainable Finance Forum. This forum has grown into one of the world's most influential platforms for real conversations on climate finance and the future of sustainable growth. Every year, it brings together policymakers, investors, innovators, and thought leaders who understand that sustainability is no longer an aspiration, but a defining force shaping global progress. Today, the world demands more than pledges. It demands ways that link ambition with execution and capital with climate solutions. Following COP30 in Brazil, the global community has renewed its commitment to scale climate finance and accelerate implementation. Here in the capital of capital, we are turning that momentum into action by building the platform where sustainable finance becomes a driver of lasting impact. The UAE continues to advance one of the most comprehensive climate agendas in the world, anchored by its commitment to reach net zero by 2050 and supported by major investments in clean energy, hydrogen, low-carbon industries, and nature-based solutions. From Baraka nuclear energy plant to Al Dhafra solar park to Masdar's expanding global portfolio, Abu Dhabi is demonstrating how sustainability and economic resilience grow together by building an ecosystem where climate finance, innovation, and talent can thrive. At the center of this momentum stands ADGM, the International Financial Center of the UAE capital, Abu Dhabi, a key driver of its sustainable finance ambitions. ADGM is guided by the core belief that environmental integrity, climate risk oversight, and market trust form the foundations of a resilient financial system. These principles shape our work as we advance sustainable finance in line with the UAE's economic diversification and net zero priorities. Over the past years, ADGM has become a trusted hub for sustainable finance, aligning capital with long-term impact and enabling investments that support global energy transition efforts. Through our sustainable finance regulatory framework, ESG disclosures requirements, and close engagement with international standard bodies, we have built a financial center defined by transparency, accountability, and long-term value. We are also nurturing innovation by partnering with leading institutions and engaging firms at the forefront of renewable infrastructure, clean hydrogen, energy storage, and climate technologies. Through the UAE Sustainable Finance Working Group and Abu Dhabi Sustainable Finance Declaration, now supported by more than 175 signatories across banks, corporates, and global institutions. This collective effort reflects the strength and maturity of Abu Dhabi's sustainable finance ecosystem. Our agenda is built on 4 pillars, and they are regulation, awareness, cooperation, and ecosystem development. Together, these pillars have produced tangible progress. Reflecting the region's commitment to sustainable finance, among the key outcomes are comprehensive ESG disclosure rules, robust frameworks for green and climate transition funds, as well as sustainability-linked bonds and sukuk, and dedicated anti-greenwashing guidance to reinforce credibility and investor trust. In 2024, ADGM's Financial Services Regulatory Authority of ADGM granted the Green Fund designation to Vortex Energy 4, a $1.8 billion fund supported by Abu Dhabi's sovereign investors and focused on large-scale global transition projects. This milestone reflects the growing depth and sophistication of sustainable finance within our jurisdiction. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ADGM today stands as the largest international financial center in the MENA region, home to more than 12,000 active licenses and over 3,200 operational entities, and a workforce of close to 40,000 individuals across Al Maria and the Rim Islands. Assets under management rose by 48% in the first 9 months of this year, following a 245% annual increase in AUMs last year. These figures reflect the confidence global institutions place in Abu Dhabi as a stable, transparent, and forward-looking destination of choice for global finance. Today, our value proposition rests on 3 strengths: scale through a growing community of global financial institutions, and sustainability-focused investors, trust through an internationally recognized legal system based on the direct application of English common law, and innovation through our leadership in digital assets, sustainable funds, and emerging climate finance solutions. This foundation is strengthened by our focus on developing the next generation of talent through the ADGM Academy's School of Sustainable Finance, which equips professionals with the skills needed to embed sustainability into decision-making. Alongside this, we are working with global partners to advance climate data, verification, and transition reporting, ensuring that sustainable finance is built on transparency and measurable progress. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, as the capital of capital, or I would say a green capital, Abu Dhabi's role as a catalyst and enabler ensures that ideas become investments and ambition becomes impact. We are building bridges between regions and mobilizing capital for renewable infrastructure, green technologies, and sustainable innovation across emerging and developed markets. As we look to the future, we recognize that sustainable finance is not only about deploying capital. It is about transforming systems. That transformation requires clarity in regulation, innovation and financing, and courage and leadership. Our commitment is clear. Abu Dhabi will continue to serve as the destination where capital finds purpose and purpose finds progress. As we begin this year's Abu Dhabi Sustainable Finance Forum, let this platform inspire collaboration and accelerate action. Thank you.